Hey guys, welcome to Picksburgh. My name's Anthony. I appreciate you joining me for another one of these sports card talk shows. With me today, I got a really special guest. I got my man Skylar from To the Moon Collectibles. You guys don't know this guy is blowing things up over on the Whatnot platform right now. His station, what do you call it over there on IG?
We call it a page. The whatnot. It's a whatnot.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, if you guys haven't checked him out over on Instagram, his Instagram is blown up. Essentially, what he does is what I do, only over there. So,
Mhm.
if you like what I do, you're definitely going to like what he does. He's somebody that I really admire for the fact that in February he was just getting into the hobby, and now he does this full time, which is just, it blows my mind. Plus, he's a student on top of that. This dude just juggles so much.
Mhm.
Brand ambassador, just all around good dude. So,
Thank you, thank you.
guys have not followed him over on IG, make sure you do, and also let him know how to follow you on Whatnot as well. What's your name on there?
TMC Sports. So it's basically to the moon sports,
Cool.
or to the moon sports. But we didn't.
Yeah.
We wanted to do TTMC, but it's TMC.
Cool.
But yeah, you just go over there, hit the follow button. We do live sales 3 times a week, sometimes more. We're doing a giveaway this Friday. We're giving away a LeBron James PSA 8 rookie exclusive to one lucky follower. All you got to be doing is following us over there. We just hit 750 followers on Whatnot, which
That's awesome, man.
for how new we are and how big the platform is, it's
Yeah.
pretty exciting. Really thank you to Whatnot for giving us the opportunity to sell on there. And I see a lot of big things with that platform, man. And I think it's really helped with what we're talking about today with this whole like looking into June and how the market has changed and how it's growing is because of a lot of these apps like Whatnot and other apps and services and tools that are being put into the sports card market. I think it's all good as we grow to help the hobby regrow again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, one thing I will say too, man. Every single time I talk to you, you tell me something that's like new and exciting that you're doing, and then next thing I know, it blows up. So like
Yeah.
anything you guys hear this dude talk about today, you might as well run out and do it because
Well,
I'll
if
tell
you
you what.
haven't made a whatnot yet, I have a promo code on there. If you message me on Instagram, I'd love to get you on there, and we both get $3.
That's
Three whole dollars.
there you go.
But I think as we talk about this today, me and you doing this full time, the market changes every single day. There's always something new coming out.
Absolutely.
And from the months of like May to June, we really saw the market kind of take a dip. But I think as we look into this month, looking into the future, we're already seeing stuff like today. I saw a post about the LeBron Topps Chrome PSA 10 going up 40%. And I think a lot of that has to do maybe with the movie Space Jam coming out. I think a lot of that maybe has to do with, it's a very undervalued card right now for what it is. I mean, that's the iconic LeBron James rookie card if you're going to own one. There's a lot of things that go into that, but I think you're going to start maybe seeing that as we get closer to the national with a lot of these cards because there's going to be a lot of money put back into the hobby. If you want to go, there's our
I was just
there's
you're talking about it, and I figured what better way to plug you than show a post. See, this is the type of content you're gonna get, guys. Following him over there.
yeah, and this shout out to Slabstock for posting this stuff. If you guys aren't following them, they're a great source for the market. There's other apps like StarStock. There's apps like Sports Card Investor. There's plenty of people tracking this stuff right now. The information is so important because, as you guys can see, we hit a big dip, and now we're kind of on a level up again on that specific card. But when we look at one card, it's not just one card, man. It's a lot of cards. Like
Yeah.
this card is just one of the many examples. I mean, I think what we're really seeing in the hobby now is a lot of people reverting from like eBay comps as the end all be all, especially on Whatnot. I think one of the biggest things I'd love to see Whatnot do is start tracking the data and making it public because there's a lot of cards on Whatnot that sell for almost double of the last sold comp, maybe even more, but it's just because people want that card. You can show that to the national t-shirt. That's our national t-shirt we decided on, guys. Thank you to Whatnot, the Grading Authority, Stand Up Displays, Investacard, Card Social, Smooth Sleeves, and Show Your Slabs, Show Your Mags. If you guys haven't followed any of those guys yet, go give them the follow. Also, huge shout out to this is one guy I wanted to give a shout out to. Sorry, I'm going to the post.
Cool.
Tees for Humanity. They are our new t-shirt guys we're trying out for this run. Very professional. We got the lead from the boys over at the Grading Authority. If you guys do need t-shirts, check out Tees for Humanity. And I will be doing a lot of reviews on their shirts pretty soon. I think these guys are going to be a great long-term for us. Very affordable, kind of a newer company, and we're super excited to be working with them. And appreciate everyone that we work with as well on that shirt. I mean, you guys see it. They're on the sponsors list. They do a lot for us. Shout out to Fun with Slabs, man. If you guys aren't following that guy on Instagram, what are you doing?
Let's have fun with Slabs. Good to see you, my man. Thanks for giving us a chuckle.
Yeah. But, I think there's a lot of things to look at in July. We got a lot of big shows.
Mm-hmm.
Not only do you have Dallas, everyone talks about Dallas. It's the main show. The same weekend of Dallas, you have Atlanta. So there's 2 shows in that same weekend. And then following that, I think there's some more shows. And then following that is Nationals, man.
Yeah.
So, you got 3 weeks of loaded stuff followed by the biggest thing we've ever seen in sports cards, and I'm excited.
I feel like I'm going to the Super Bowl, man. I'm like,
it literally feels like February in July right now. I mean,
it really does.
And if you're not hyped about this, and you are someone doing this even as a hobby, this is something you should be hyped about. We've had a lot of negativity these last couple months. PSA just reopened. Yes, they didn't fully reopen, but they reopened one block. There's tons of new grading companies, including my guys over at TGA, doing big things. Tons of companies opening their doors. Tons of cards getting graded. Tons of cards moving from hand to hand. And, with the national coming up, I think it's just going to put so much money into the market. I know Investacard, they're launching a new financial product. And basically, it's going to be like an advance. So if you don't want to sell, let's say you have a Michael Jordan rookie card that you do not want to sell it right now, but you would like to use that capital on that card and put it into a play, they will give you an advance on that card. And you can go invest that money into something else. And then you're not losing your card. You just pay the money back, or they help you sell it, whatever you want to do later. There's a lot of information coming on that. I'm super excited to hear more about that product. But they're going to be launching that at the National and dropping $2 million onto the floor at Nationals, guys.
Dude, that's awesome.
And that's just one company.
Yeah.
There's going to be millions and millions and millions of dollars changing hands at this show.
Absolutely.
And if that's not going to change the market, I don't know what will. And I think we talked. Me and Anthony went live a little bit yesterday, and I think one of the biggest things we were talking about was football. And I think football has a lot of plays right now, and especially going into the national, I think football is going to be a very big play. And if you guys are not buying football, it's something to definitely look into. I think, everyone at the national, we were just talking about it a little bit earlier today when I was live, how the national will literally be probably like the stock market floor in New York. Like one day, everyone's going to be hot on this card. And then the next day, you're going to hear somebody buy something, or maybe Sasha's going to go invest in a Russell Wilson. Everyone's going to go buy Russell Wilson. If one person starts to chatter, the whole room's going to change. And it's going to be like that for 5 days, guys. It's going to be literally all it's going to take is one of the big guys who have a name to start the chatter, and everyone in the room. It happened at Dallas with Kevin Durant. It happened, there's plenty of cards we can talk about, but it just on those scales, it's only a couple days show. This is a 5-day show, basically going for 24 hours straight.
Yep.
There's going to be a lot of things going on, and I'm super excited for that.
Dude, me too, man. Can't wait.
Uncle Rico, what's going on, man? This is a new follower of mine.
What's going on, my man? Thanks so much for coming over. said he heard about interesting CSG investors' thoughts. Have you heard anything about that?
I haven't heard much about that. I know CSG is a company a lot of people are starting to use after the whole. I know a lot of people have used them for a while. A lot of people mainly use those, I think, for Pokemon. But I haven't heard much about that, so I can't really touch on that today. But thank you for being here.
So I have 3 submissions in with them. I started sending them in March. They just received the one in March just a couple weeks ago. Then they received one I sent in April just last week. So they're over 2 months behind just opening up mail, but they're also very good, efficient service once running smoothly. But as of right now, they're pretty backed up. From what I understand, they just upped their turnaround to like 206 days.
How's it going, Tom and Clark?
What's going on, Clark? Good to see you, my man. Tom, good to see you, brother.
Yeah, CSG is definitely for grading comics, but I know a lot of the Pokemon guys have kind of made that their primary grading company as of recently. I know a lot of them liked PSA, but then a lot of them went over to CSG, which probably is a lot of the cause for the backup.
I can imagine.
Once again, word of mouth, man. I mean, that's going to be the same for the next month. You're going to hear something. It's going to explode, just like you say. I say something, and then you hear about it. I mean, that's the hobby, man.
Yep. What's up, Ben Glorious? Good to see you, my man. I completely agree, Fun with Slabs. That was the reason I started flooding them with group submissions, is because once PSA went down, I was like, okay, Beckett's already super backed up. SGC jumped to 75 at that point. I can't get anything into HGA. So it's like, I got GMA. Okay, I might send them some stuff, but for the most part, I mean, they were the most reputable, like what I thought I'd get the most return from a resale perspective. And I started flooding them early once they opened up the sports card division. And I'm glad I did, because like that was before they got all of this huge amount of cards backed up there.
TGA is a very clean slab. They do a very good job.
Show off.
I've actually sold out. I got another submission coming in.
Dude, that's so dope, man.
They come in and out as fast as they go, baby. That's why we like TGA.
Absolutely.
You know, you can flip them quick, and they bring really good pricing. I know their eBay comps right now are lacking a little bit, but their Whatnot comps, I will promise you, are doing very well. And
is there a way to comp on Whatnot? Like, how does that work?
There's not. You just bid. You just bid. It's whatever people want.
That's awesome.
And yeah, I really like TGA. I'm going to be debuting their slabs at the National. If you guys are going, definitely come find us. I'd love to tell you a little bit about their product. I'm actually going to be starting a group submission with them. So if you guys are interested in that, let us know.
Absolutely. Definitely hit him up, guys, if you guys would like to submit with them. I agree with you completely with what you're saying here. The price is why they're backed up completely. They just jumped to 12, and they're still getting submissions like crazy for bulk. You know, I was getting in with them, you know, I don't even know if it was 6, I think was GMA, but like $8 for bulk, you know, for like the longest time. And man, you can't beat that. And you don't have to send them 50 to hit bulk. Like I can send them a bulk submission by myself. You know what I mean? So like that was something that I really, really liked about them. And then the fact that their slab had that same like kind of tint to it that the comic slab has, just to give it like a really nice like appearance. Like it's just the clearest slab. Like when you look at it in person, like up against all the other ones, it just looks like the most visibly appealing to the card.
Fun with slabs, exactly. It's the same. There's a couple companies like that now, but TGA especially, we like that because we have a show your slabs board that was made for PSA slabs, but now we can put our TGA slabs in that board and not have to worry about that, not have to worry about another board. One of the things we were going to talk about, Anthony, I know we talked about yesterday, was boxes, and I just was talking to you a little bit earlier about this. There's one box in particular that's dropping the week of the National, and I think a lot of people are going to be chasing that. Is Immaculate Collection. It's on pre-sale right now on Blowout for $750, guys. And this is not just a box; it's a one individual pack. So there's a lot of things to look at maybe with something like that. I know a lot of people are going to be ripping wax at the National. I know wax is definitely going to be on a lot of people's checklist, looking for maybe boxes they haven't been able to find at their local stores, and maybe older products, like 2019. I think it's 2019 Prism for basketball, the one that has Zion in it. I know a lot of people love that set. It's a good rip. Great value in there because you have a lot of really good rookies. But I think that's another thing that's going to be really big at the National is trading for wax. I mean, that's something we haven't ever probably really seen a lot of, is people like trading slabs or trading wax. I mean, in the last couple of years, I mean, you've seen mostly just people buying, and if they're doing trades, they're trading probably raw cards for raw cards. You're going to see so many slabs at the National. You're going to see so many people with carts of just boxes on boxes of Prism or boxes on boxes of whatever, Donruss, just trying to trade it into something, and that's going to be what I'm really looking forward to, I guess, is going and trading, meeting these people, and just seeing what everyone has. And I mean, they say it all the time, if you can't find it at the National, it's probably doesn't exist. And it's going to be kind of cool. It's going to make it really hard to make it to Sunday with money still left in my pocket.
I know. My plan, honestly, man, is to like bring enough like stuff that I want to liquidate to like take care of every play I want to do.
Right. And it's going to be tough, and I think you're going to have a day where everyone's going to be buying. You're going to have another day where everyone's going to be selling. And I think you're going to see a lot of that. There's going to be one day where this guy maybe didn't want to do the deal, and he comes and finds you or calls you or hits you up on Instagram. Hey, I'm ready to do that deal because I want to make a play on this, where you don't normally see that. There's just so much stuff. But I think with PSA and BGS, they're grading too. I think there's a play on that as well. I know I talked to my buddy, shout out to Sniper Manis. He was talking about, if you have enough time, what you can do is you can go to BGS and you can get your cards like pre-graded, with that sticker, and anything that's a 9.5, take it over to the PSA booth. And he said he did that multiple times and has always gotten 10s, guys. So it's not a guaranteed, but at least you have the way that BGS would have given it a 9.5, and usually there's a play there. So basically you're invested in the card like $200 and some dollars if they do $200, like we talked about yesterday for grading at Nationals. $220, but like if it's a $3,000 or $4,000 card and a 9.5, what's $220?
Yep, exactly. Let's say what's up to a few people jumped in chat. What is up, Art? Good to see you, my man. Sharon is here. Good to see you as well, Sharon. I appreciate you being here as well. John's here. Good to see you, John. Appreciate you being here. My man Grunt Dad, what is going on, brother? Good to see you. And so we have a few questions here about AI, about the slabs looking good, but about harsh grading methods with AI. CSG actually doesn't use AI. They hired a staff over at Beckett, so they still do like the OG grading. Like you see homie up here with this little loop, like he's about to, look into some diamonds or something.
From what I was hearing, PSA wasn't either.
Well, as of right now, they're not, but they did buy Filament or whatever the heck their company name was, that or Gemament, I think, which I think what they're trying to do is put a fingerprint to each card, so that way they can tell whether it's been cracked and resubbed to kind of control their population. At least that's kind of what I've been hearing through like other content creators and stuff like that. But I think AI really is going to be like the wave of the future. I think with the company you're probably thinking of is HGA most likely.
Yeah.
I've heard a lot of people like, man, like I'm bummed that my cards are like all coming back like 9s because like the surface is just getting obliterated. So
I saw my first HGA slab this weekend, and I was actually pretty impressed. They're pretty hefty. It's a very heavy slab. which I don't like personally, but for a guy, if you're looking for a PC card and you like to do that customization to the label,
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a really, really good centerpiece. I mean, separates itself from the other ones.
Yeah,
As for like flipping though, if I had about 25 or 30 of those in a case versus a PSA slab, it'd be really heavy, man. I
I'm
don't
sure.
know. But they seem to be holding their value really well for what they've been doing in the market. I know Black Mamba grading is one of the newest ones that's launching. We just talked about them a little bit today. Um, there's a ton of new companies coming out, guys, and this is where it comes down to just do your homework, um, talk to the guys, kind of figure out their plan and decide for yourself. Are they worth your money to put your cards in the slabs? I mean, I'm always down to try new things, but ever since I met TGA, I just don't really plan on going to anyone else for a while. But I think there's a lot of potential in new companies, especially
Absolutely.
as they grow and getting those low serial numbers and um, being one of the first people in the mix. I mean, especially if they take off, which a lot of these companies will take off and a lot of them probably won't. It just happens.
That was big news, John. HGA, their queue is completely gone this week.
Yeah.
They still have over 2,700 spots open from yesterday. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Heck, I might go submit a few cards right after this.
There you go.
I actually still have an order like waiting that I've had from the queue system that I just gave up on because I never could get through.
There you guys go. Go submit it right now.
Yeah. There you go, guys. Fun fact. Thanks, John. Appreciate the assist, my man.
But yeah, this is the thing to think about too for nationals, guys. Like when you're buying a slab, like it's totally okay to crack a slab, guys. There's a lot of plays sometimes where you can buy the slab card cheaper than you can buy the rock card. And if the rock card is like, let's say you can buy like a GMA 8 of like a Zion,
Mm-hmm.
and like you somehow can get it for like $30 under comps of the rock card, like you can crack that out of there and then resubmit that through another grading company. That's a great play.
Yeah.
And me and Anthony were just talking about the dollar boxes. I think that's what me and him are most excited about going into this, especially
Absolutely.
him. There's a lot of these cards, guys, that are going to be like dollar, $2, $10, even $30 probably boxes, maybe even a boxes of bulk slabs that you guys can just pick through all day long and
Yep.
go about your merry way. And I know that's what Anthony's already itching for. He's got the itch for the
Oh, yeah.
dollar boxes, but I'm
Absolutely.
excited for that, and I think like me and him were saying, there's a lot of opportunity there because a lot of these vendors aren't going to go and reprice dollar boxes from 6 months ago.
Yeah.
And you might be able to find some, Devin Booker, some Chris Paul, some guys who maybe made the playoffs like Giannis that were put into the dollar box that maybe just got missed. And, they're there and bang, there's $3, $4. That's four extra money right there.
Yep.
Even though it's only a $4 card, it's still a $4 card that you can put in a slab, and then it's a $25 card and you only spent this to grade it or whatever. There's just plays to be made everywhere at the National, no matter your budget. And that's really cool.
Yep. And Gruntdad's saying that at the Dallas card show coming up, they're actually going to be launching their own grading company called DCS. $10 per card, 10-day turnaround. That's crazy. So yeah, that's actually a really smart idea. Like that was like, why would you not? Like if you're running something that big and people are so excited, hey, I picked up this, and this. Hey, submit it to us right now. Like that.
Congrats, Gruntdad. I hope you guys do really well. I mean, the grading market is just getting so competitive, man. I mean, and I think a lot of these companies are. It's just going to be how the market responds, I think, is the big one.
Yeah.
And I think we're starting to go into an age. You would ask somebody 6 months ago, who did they grade with? And everyone would have told you PSA or BGS. Now they'll tell you 20 different companies, which I think we're entering an unknown. I mean, I know there was this junk slab era and this junk wax era, but there wasn't the demand there was 10 years ago or 20 years ago when that all happened,
Mm-hmm.
And now there's the demand to grade, and now everyone wants it in a slab. So the more companies out there doing that, I applaud every single one of them, and I want to help their business any way I can. I'm obviously loyal to TGA, but I think $10 for a 10-day turnaround, you can't really beat that. So
yeah, that is pretty awesome. Arturo, what is up, my guy? Good to see you, brother. DJ, appreciate you being here. The MSG, good to see you. Appreciate you being here as well.
Thank you, Fun with Slabs.
Hey, thanks, Fun with Slabs. Appreciate you, my man.
But I think when we talk about the market and we talk about this month, I think if you guys have cards right now, or if you want to go buy more cards, just start being a little more, maybe like, if you budget yourself, like if I normally spend $200 a month, you might want to look into this month spending a little more, because I think this market, man, it's gonna do some things after the National. I think after Dallas, after the Atlanta show, and then really leading up to the National, I think you're going to see a lot of big changes in a lot of these prices. It might not be like significant, like the 40%, but a lot of these cards can't stay where they are with the demand that's going on, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Especially with slabs now, dude. Everyone and their brother wants slabs, because you put a slab on Whatnot, you get 100 people in the room. You got slabs. I mean, there's just so many people that want a slab now, and that's just so cool to me.
It's just like fashion statement, right? Like when I was in high school, like I used to have like the big dangly chain, because that was cool. That was like my way to floss. But
Right.
it's like I'll floss on you with my Anderson Varejao PSA 10. You know what I mean? And I feel like a lot of guys my age are just like, man, that's slick. That's cool.
Right.
I like to have something like that to display. Like my desk, man, I have new slab out every single day.
Mm-hmm.
But I just think it's become one of those like pop culture type things too, man. Like it's just
Right.
like almost like a status type symbol.
Right.
But Uncle Rico, man, you're giving away $1 million idea there, man. If you could get a vending machine to stick a card in to come back out slabbed up like right away, man, that would be a game changer.
That's insane. I can't
That'd
even,
more businesses than Redbox.
I can't even imagine that, dude. Just putting a vending machine at a card show that spits out like a graded card. Wow.
What is up, Annie? Good to see you.
I wouldn't put it past somebody though.
So Gloria said, are you worried about all people's bills when PSA finally gets their cards graded? People may have to sell to get their money back.
I think that's already been happening. How do you say his name? Sorry. Ignorius. I think that's already been happening, and I think that's a lot of the reason we saw the market do what it did from the beginning. Is a lot of these guys got back PSA subs, and they were selling the cards at under what they were, because they just wanted them sold so they could move on to the next thing. And the next guy was doing that, and the next guy was doing that, and the next guy was doing that, and pretty soon we got to where we're at. Now we're at a healthy flat line, and I think now we're going to start seeing that push up, because people are like, I'm moving these slabs so quickly. I need slabs now. I don't want to sell my slabs. Where before it was like, I have 200 slabs. I need to sell all these because I have nowhere to move. But Whatnot has given people the opportunity to sell these slabs, and given people the opportunity, like Investacard, to consign slabs for other people, because they're just moving so many, and that's really awesome. And I think that's been a huge part of that. I know eBay as well. eBay has been selling a lot more slabs this last month than they have in a long time, just because the prices are so good. Like there was cards like Zion PSA 9s were down to like $100, even under $100. Like that was a $300 card 3 months ago.
Yep.
And there's just too many good plays right now, which makes it hard to make sure you have money in your bank account at the end of the week. Even if you're selling a lot of stuff, it's hard not to reinvest it all and more,
Once again, to make sure you have money
Sorry
in your
about
bank
that.
account at the end of the week.
That's my bad. I was just trying to make sure, because for some reason we're not getting any of the Facebook comments. So I was just trying to make sure our Facebook friends feel welcome as well.
Yeah.
Just try to pop open the chat over there for you guys.
Can't believe you can do that now.
Facebook friends feel welcome as
Of
well.
course.
My buddy at BRK, I think it's BRKS app. They're launching a new product for breakers. My buddy Stranger Poles just got accepted on there and as one of the breakers. Basically, they're selling a tool. I thought it was going to be like a streaming app, but it's a tool for breakers to help them run their breaks and get them filled. So rather than right now, if you run a break online, you have to wait for it to fill live.
Mm-hmm.
But now they sell the spots, they pre-sell the spots, and you just go live on your YouTube, Instagram, and stream it through the app. And they basically just fill it all out for you and do all the work for a fee. And it runs basically the same way like Whatnot, but now it's just like you can do division breaks and team breaks, which is really hard on Whatnot unless you do the share screen. But on with this new app, BRKRS app, I think you can pull it up on my Instagram. But they're really cool guys. I told them I'd give them a shout out as they get closer to finalizing this product. But they have a few guys doing the pre-trial. You can just search it. I think it's BRKRS app.
Okay.
Thank you.
BRSRK?
No, BRKRS.
BRKRS.
There they are. Yep. Guys, go check these guys out. They're going to be – if you guys want to know the hot new take of the week, this is the new hot take of the week. I know Anthony says every time I come on here, I bring the new hot take. But these guys are cool, and we've talked a lot. We're going to get them on my Instagram once they get going.
I'm glad I already follow them then if they're the hot new take.
This is the hot new thing of the week. And
I didn't even know it.
I think you're going to see a lot more of this with the market as we get through the national, a lot of new companies dropping. I think this is where a lot of people are going now is they want either a tool or a new app to help them with their streaming. The thing that these guys basically said that they're doing versus like Whatnot is they're letting you use your platform you have already and, giving you the option.
So this is almost like the same thing Whatnot has you fill out.
Right.
Yeah.
It's the same kind of software, I think is what they're using, but they're not an app though. They're offering is a tool. They're not offering like an app to stream on. You're streaming still on your YouTube.
Okay.
Your customers just go over to BRKRS and pay for the break or pick their spots. It's
even better because then it pushes people to your YouTube. I'm signing up for this right now.
Well, there you go.
Guys, I'm trying to fill a break right now.
Well, the nice thing about it, I'm not a huge breaker, but for the breakers out there, from what I understand, you fill a break and you go live and then you have to sit there with your computer open and fill it out and all that. These guys do all that for you. And all they do, and they cover the shipping. That's just awesome. Like Whatnot. I think I really believe the more and more we go, you're going to see a lot more of this, dude. And these guys are just one of the many examples.
Uncle Rico has a follow-up question to the business you were talking about earlier.
So they market it all and sell it for you? I think they market your breaks on their calendar from what I understand. I haven't downloaded it yet. I've been talking to these guys for months. They've been working on this. It's just now in the final stages. We're going to be doing an interview with them on Instagram, so if you guys want to go follow that, I'm sure it will be coming up very soon. And they said they will explain all my questions because I had a lot of questions.
That's awesome, dude.
I'm always trying to look for the next big thing, guys. And you guys know me and new companies. I mean, I'm pretty good at picking them out.
Yeah, you really are, man.
With Smooth Sleeves and with Card Social. With
I start to listen now. I'm signing up for this right after the stream.
But yeah, I really like what these guys are doing, and I like that it's a tool, and I think it's going to be something a lot of breakers are going to want to use as they break on Instagram. If they don't let's say they don't. I mean, if they don't want to do Whatnot, or even if they use Whatnot. It's another option for them. Like my boys at Stranger Poles said, what he's going to do now is he's going to schedule these in the morning and do his Whatnot at night. And I think this is what a lot of people are going to start doing is I think if they really want to do this full time, they're going to be doing IG, they're going to be doing Whatnot, and they're going to be using, another service, maybe like eBay or Instacart, or you use YouTube. But I mean, the more places and the more time that you can sell your cards or have your cards able or your boxes able to be ripped or sold, I mean, the more money you're going to make. It's just time and effort. But if these companies help make your life a little easier, if you can just log on and run a quick break rather than spending 3 hours in live, you're only spending an hour, it's going to save you a lot of time and
Oh yeah, definitely.
bang, more money.
Big shout out to my guy Dakota over there at Sports Cards Anonymous. If you haven't checked him out, make sure you do. Really awesome channel over there. Appreciate you being here, bro.
But there's just a ton of good things going on, guys, and I think this all leads up to, at the end of the day, what we wanted to, finalize for this is the market's going up. There's a lot of good things going on in the hobby, and if you're not investing right now, you need to start.
So this is a good question for you, man, because you've sold on a lot of different platforms. You know what I mean? Like, and you've actually have the experience on Whatnot that a lot of people don't. Like, what would be the best, like, if somebody's trying to buy and source to, like, maybe get good deals to flip the cards again?
All of them. You can find deals anywhere, dude. Like, I buy stuff all the time off your guys' Sunday show. Me and my dad do. And I take that and flip it. I buy tons of stuff off Whatnot. I buy tons of stuff off Instagram. Like,
yeah,
it's just taking the time.
I was literally going to pop that too. Like, yep.
Yeah.
Guys, you can find stuff so cheap there. You can literally list it on eBay, put it in your own auction, or do whatever. Every Sunday, guys, 4 p.m. Eastern.
You can even find deals on eBay now. You can find deals on Facebook Marketplace. Like, you just got to take the time and know what you're looking for, I guess. And one of the biggest things that I talked to a guy yesterday about is, like, just learning what, like, if you want to do this full time and you want to build the brand and figure out what your people want to buy. Because you don't want to go spend $1,000 on Prism boxes or Prism hangers or blasters or whatever to rip, and your guys are like, we really just want to buy singles. We don't want to rip. So now you're 1,000 deep in Prism, and you have no singles to sell them. They're like, what if you want to start this? The best step one is to maybe put a poll out there. What do you guys want to buy? What do you guys like to do? I mean, that's a great step one, because there's a lot of people out there that love to rip, and there's a lot of people out there that love singles. There's a lot of people out there that love slabs. You just got to figure it out and figure out what your following wants. And maybe your guys are like, we really only like slabs under $20. So then that's, in your mind, I have to go find those $10 slabs and try that are comping around 20 and make your profit. There you go. It just takes time. It's all about time and time efficiency.
That's awesome, Tom. Yep. And that's really what we try to offer you guys, because honestly, most of the cards that me and Marty get, we get just because we travel to every one of the local card shops in Pittsburgh, in Northeast Ohio, pretty much in the tri-state area, because we like a lot of what I like to do is I've built personal friendships and relationships with a lot of the local shop owners. And now, like, just for example, I was at Kel's Sports Cards yesterday. I go there at least once every 2 weeks, sometimes more. A lot of the stuff you guys see in the auction, I buy from Kel's. They're just great bargain boxes, like dollar. You can get cards that are sometimes worth $20 out of the dollar bin. So if I'm getting deals that good, most of the time I'll literally start a lot of what I have into it. You know what I mean? If I don't make anything, God bless you, you got a good deal. But that's just the way that the market is. I got it because somebody left meat on the bone, so I like to leave meat on the bone for the next guy. We all eat together.
And I think when we talk about a deal in the sports card industry, everyone has a different perception on a good deal. Mm-hmm. Some people, a good deal is 90%. Other people, a good deal is anything 60%, 70%. Other people, a good deal is 99%. Some people, I mean, if you sell them at comps, that's a good deal to them. Everyone has their own opinion on a good deal. But at the end of the day, not everyone's buying to flip a card either,
Yeah.
And that's something that I really had to remember as I grew. There's so many people that are in this hobby that are not just doing this to buy it, to flip it,
Yeah.
And I like what he said, eBay has some great deals sometimes if you guys shop on those early mornings or early afternoons, like
Yep.
weekday mornings. Exactly. There's tons of deals everywhere, guys. You just got to hunt for them, and you got to like just do your research and figure out what you're looking for. And if you're doing this as a resale thing, figure out what your followers want. If you're doing it as a collector, figure out what you want to collect. And once you figure that piece out, the deals will be there. You just got to find them and know what you want to pay. And if you want to pay over, I mean, great. But if you don't, there's always another card. The thing that I've learned too is there's always another deal. This deal might look really good, but it might not be really great. But there's always another deal.
Yep. I actually was one of those people. Like with my LeBron rookie, I have a Topps paper. Like I can't afford the Chrome right now, guys, but I got a Topps paper LeBron rookie, and when I bought it, I was like, man, I'm such an idiot. I paid way over comps, and they even ended up winning the championship that year, and it still like went down. And then where it is right now is considerably higher. I felt so bad being that guy that actually spent above comps, but some cards you can actually afford to, but by the same point, like say that if you were a big Ken Griffey Jr. fan, this card might be worth $2. But if you really like Ken Griffey Jr. and you had this exact card as a kid, you might be willing to pay $3 for it.
Or 10.
You know what I mean? Exactly.
Because not only now are we looking at a card price from the perspective of the card price, we're also looking at a card from the perspective of the grading price now too. A lot of people buy based on the grade because there's a lot of cards that are super cheap and as a raw card, but if you get into a PSA 9, even they're worth $500 or $600.
Yep, dude. Even PSA 8s, like on some players, like older players, like even in the 90s, sometimes are pretty substantial.
Right.
Like grading. For example, like anything like Magic Johnson era, like around his rookie, that stuff is super good in the PSA 8 as of right now.
I think the biggest thing, guys, if you're out there right now and this is kind of something you've been eyeing or something you want to do, take this month and invest in some cards. There's a lot of good plays out there. Do your homework, and watch what other people are doing and just kind of figure out what the hot players are. I think my best advice for you would be right now to stay away from basketball and really focus on football if you're looking to get a quick flip. I mean, if you're looking to hold, basketball is great, but if you're looking for that quick flip, I mean, basketball is not it right now.
Yep.
I think right now your best play is going to be getting those Justin Herberts, those Joe Burrows, those Tuas in a 9, and or getting them raw and grading them, where you probably make your best return if you have a good eye for it, and just start learning, man. I mean, because the minute Tua, Burrow, Herbert, Jordan Love, even, I mean, any of these guys step onto the field, if they win that first game, if they win that second game, the market's going to respond to that. And I can promise you that. I mean,
Hot Hands is in the house. What is going on, Alan? Appreciate you being here.
Hands, what's going on?
He says soccer is the play with Olympics and the World Cup. I agree, man.
Soccer's going to cool down for a little bit. I think Mbappe is a great buy at the National, and I think a lot of other soccer players as well. I don't know a whole lot about soccer. I'm definitely learning it. I just bought a soccer lot actually the other day.
Nice.
But I think as we get closer to next year, I think if you want a little bit of a long-term hold, a good or Messi, a good Ronaldo, a good all those guys, good plays around. I mean, even baseball too. We're talking about Ohtani, we're talking about Tatis, we're talking about Ronaldo, or is it Ronaldo? Yeah, Ronaldo, Acuna. I mean, there's a lot of good plays in that as well. It's just a lot of that stuff is kind of already hit its peak point where soccer is kind of unknown right now. And soccer is a good play because a lot of people don't know a lot about soccer. But the problem with soccer is the cards that are out there, it's kind of hard to find stuff that is out there. Neymar too. Yep, Neymar is a good name.
Yep.
Neymar is a good name. I like that. But great advice there, Alan. I like that. Yeah, I've actually been picking up some soccer as well, just slowly. But rookies, you know, I mean, it's the same thing, just like any sport prospect. And the thing about soccer, though, is it's worldwide, man.
Yep. That's why it's so big, man. Like in the decline we've seen in the market, soccer's out of the sports. It's been one of the ones that's been holding steady like throughout the whole thing. Right. So like that's impressive. That just shows the demand for soccer cards because there's so many doom and gloomers about the sports card market right now. But guys like me and you that literally get cards in and sell them in the same week, like it's business as usual.
Yeah,
you know what I mean, I'm just getting them cheaper and selling them a little cheaper. That's
the
literally
the Mbappe card is a great example of what can happen, though, if you hold a card too long and you buy in at the wrong time. I mean, because those cards now are pennies compared to what they were months ago. You know.
Yeah.
And they'll go back up. I mean, Mbappe is a great player, but I mean, it's a great time to buy right now, in my opinion. But it's a great example of like what can happen if you make a mistake, and we all make mistakes. We've all probably had one or two of those, 5, 10 of those, 20 of those even.
Yeah.
You know, it happens, but it's just part of investing, you know, and that's why the Nationals, man, the stock market floor. That's what I'm going to call it, the stock market floor, because it's literally going to feel like that.
Yeah. Live from the Nationals with the moon.
There you go.
It'd be awesome, man.
But
can't wait.
Yeah, I hope you all are going, and I hope you all will come say hi. There you go.
Wow. That's crazy.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, baseball is like crazy. Like honestly, it's always been kind of like the steady driving force behind the sports card market. Even when I was a kid, baseball was always like kind of like the big collectible card.
A lot of kids nowadays really are only into football and basketball, but a lot of these long-term collectors, they only buy baseball because that's just what they love. You know, I mean, baseball vintage versus football or basketball vintage, night and day will blow anything out of the water. The most iconic card in sports cards, Mickey Mantle.
Yeah.
1952, you know?
Yep. I agree with you, man. I agree with you. Baseball is like where it's at, like for a lot of these old cards.
All these sports are important for one reason. You get to pick your choice on what you do. And that's the thing I tell everyone every single day why I love sports cards is this guy can be doing something over here, this guy can be doing something there. We're doing the same thing. We're not doing the same thing though. I like football and basketball. This guy likes baseball. This guy likes soccer. We're all doing the same thing, but we're doing it different, and we all support each other, which is so cool, you know?
Absolutely. It's really cool that you can take something that is a hobby and kind of just turn it into a profession as well. Like
right, and it doesn't take a lot of startup capital.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, really, honestly, to run this as a business compared to any other business you'd start in the world, like, if you really wanted to think about it and dive in, like, you could have a lot of stuff for $100,000, you know? You could have a store, you could have an inventory, you could have, you know, a great website, you could have a great Instagram page, even a YouTube channel. Like, it's not that much versus like opening a franchise like a McDonald's or even opening up like, you know, anything anymore. I mean,
absolutely.
And the support you're going to gain from the community too, if you do things the right way and you, you know, practice good business is unreal too. I mean, you get people that go to the same bar every single night, but you don't get that like you do in the sports card community. You know, I mean, it's a different type of feel. You know, you get that same support, but it's just different. You know.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like people support your success, which I love. You know.
Yep. Definitely.
But, yeah, I don't have much else to say. I think the National is going to be awesome. If you guys aren't going, you definitely need to attend. If you're going to take one thing away from this, though, like I said, I mean, now is the time to pick up cards. I think there's a lot of plays to be made, and I think in these next few weeks, you're going to see a lot of hype for football, a lot of hype for certain things, maybe even soccer, maybe some baseball, but a lot of money is going to be going into the market with these next 5 or 6 big shows coming in the next month, especially with the National, and I think you're going to see a lot of things changing again.
Absolutely. That's a good point, John. All the time, my mom always says, "Hey, do you want me to pick you up some baseball cards?" I'm like, "Yeah, make sure it's football or basketball, though, Mom."
Yeah, there you go.
Just because it's just people were always so used to it, just calling them
Mhm.
baseball cards because it's kind of
Yeah,
what it started with.
but we appreciate you, Anthony, bringing us on. I'm super excited to see what this
appreciate
month
you coming on.
holds, and I'm super excited to see every single one of you in here. Make sure you go follow me and Anthony on Instagram. Follow his YouTube channel. If you guys haven't downloaded the Whatnot app, go download it. Check out all our sponsors. And also make sure you use promo code MOON whenever you can at any of our sponsors. Also, make sure if you guys haven't checked out the BRKRS app and you are a breaker, go check them out. What do you got?
Guys, again, I appreciate you being here. I will see you tomorrow with a brand new vlog. It's going to be from Kel's Sports Cards here in Pittsburgh. But make sure you check my man out. Thank you so much for coming on again.
Yep.
He'll be coming on probably once a month, guys, to give us another update with some hot takes. And hopefully we'll be able to apply that and make some more money because I'll tell you what, listening to this guy has paid off for me. So I'm not going to make that mistake and not listen to him. So,
Yep.
yeah, guys, appreciate you. We will see you later.
Have a good one, guys.